Hey everyone, welcome to the live stream, or if you're watching this afterwards, welcome to the video. My name is Cole, and 2 years ago, I graduated from a little university called Full Sail University, and since that time, I have made some incredible friends and have had some fantastic opportunities to work with some talented people, and I fortunately have a few of them here with me today. So without further ado, we're just here, we're just chatting. Say hello to William Zanderbrow Brower, Bobby Becker the Fourth, and Tio, whatever your last name is.
And N-word.
If you want to use my internet tags, I go by Tio Virtuoso as a tag.
There you go. I was about to say Virtuoso as your last name, but I didn't know if that was your actual last name.
Let's be real, Virtuoso as a last name's pretty badass, and then there's Papa John's, who apparently auto-generated a last name for me, and it's just Tio Kennedy.
Well, it's great having you guys here. Thank you so much for spending a little bit of time out of your day to hang out. I was just told before we started that they were actually in the middle of working on some projects. But without further ado, you guys introduce yourselves to those who maybe don't know you or maybe are unfamiliar with what you do.
Gotta start with Zanderbrow himself.
Hello, it's me, Mario, and I went to Full Sail back in 2014. I failed, and then I went to Universal, and then I went back in 2019 where I met Shady, and then a year or two later I met Cole, and we started working on fan films on YouTube and pretty much what cosplays think they're doing, and we make it happen. So here we are, living the cosplay life, 9 to 5, struggling with rent, but you know what?
It is what it is.
We're cosplayers, so we have fun with it. I miss you, Cole. Why can't you be my roommate?
You know, I don't like the humidity. That's the answer.
Valid.
Okay.
Of everything, of all of the reasons, the real reason, the only reason, in fact, is just the humidity.
Let me see what my weather app says about the humidity today.
It was just a little bit humid today here, and I was already like, nope, sorry, I gotta stay indoors.
Oh, dude, the last couple of weeks has been like 95 plus degrees. I'm with you. I might just go up north.
Well, hey, you're always welcome here. But Bobby, how about you introduce yourself as well?
Yeah.
Actually, I think Tio, I think you should go next since I feel like you have a bit more.
A bit more of a talkative nature.
I don't shut the fuck up. That's why I stream.
Yeah.
But hello everybody. My name is Tio. You can find me everywhere as Tio Virtuoso. Hey David, welcome.
Hi,
What's up,
David.
Giga Chads? What's up,
Yeah,
Giga
David,
Chads?
turn on your
Oh.
camera, you loser.
I don't have a camera.
All right,
I was
well
just
then
in the
stay
middle of
quiet
introducing
while
myself.
Tio and Bobby introduce themselves, and then we'll get to you.
Okay.
Anyway, as I was saying, my name is Tio. I go by Tio Virtuoso across Twitch, the YouTube, and the unused Instagram except for stories. But I went to Full Sail in 2014 where I met this guy. I failed and didn't go back to college until 2019, and I'm not even studying film now. But I never stopped doing film with this guy, and in turn, because of him, I got to meet all of the beautiful people that surround us today, and I'm forever grateful for. Even if I make a mistake, I never feel like a mistake I make is final, that like boom, I'm gone. I feel that within this group of people, we're all deeply appreciative of what each other can do, and if there's a fallback, we build each other back up to be better as people.
Mm-hmm.
My camera makes me their god.
Yes. Just remember, Cole's just as important as you.
I'm not
effect-
important. If I was important,
Listen here. One of the best things of Smash 1 that I stand by, besides the whole dynamic of you, Brian, and Shady on screen, start to finish, is one of the best moments in the entirety of this guy's channel. It's your effects. That whole thing with the sky is extremely memorable.
I don't know. I can't talk about it too much. Maybe it's still a little bit under wraps, but let's just say that Smash 1 is getting a pretty great little remaster. So I think that's going to be the best aspect of that film. But I can't talk about that. But unrelated, completely
He's under
unrelated.
NDA.
Huh?
He's under NDA.
Yeah, I am under NDA. Like Brower, you know, he's dressed in red. He also has a laser shooting across the states, pointed right at my forehead. You can't see it; it's infrared.
Legitimately
Bro
has a laser in
owns
his hand right
50%
now.
of the satellites out in the atmosphere, so he can laser point you and shoot you out of existence. in
There
2
he is. He's got the laser pointer. There it is. But you know, completely unrelated from that. Bobby, how about maybe introduce yourself a little
Right.
too?
Excuse me, gentlemen. Oh, okay.
Chris.
So, hi everyone. My name is Bobby. I have my own YouTube channel, Bobby Sama. Now, unlike the rest of these lovely gentlemen, I did not go to Full Sail. I actually went to Valencia myself for graphic designing. The way I met everybody was actually through Shady O'Malley, through a friend of mine, because I used to be a manager at TGI Fridays, and they happened to come in after they just got done playing like laser tag. Had a couple conversations with Shady, and then he showed me the trailer for their Ultimate Smash Brothers, and I was like, "Holy shit, this looks fun as fuck!" And I was like, "Hey, if you guys ever want an extra person, I'm more than happy to to do it." So I would say a couple weeks later, I got hit up by Shady and was like, "Hey, we just need an extra for a couple scenes. You be okay with it?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure." And it's been a long road from there. I've gone from just being extra to now, as you clearly see, playing one of the bigger roles, and it's been a journey, and it's been just so much fun growing with all of you, with the newer cast, with obviously the OG cast. Cole, it was a honor to be able to actually meet you when we did the premiere. It was just like, oh my gosh, like I get to see the people on the screen. But it's been a general just fun experience.
I get to see the people on the screen. Now I'm in the screen.
Right.
I think that it would be an understatement to say that like the stuff that I've gotten to work on with Brower through Xanderbrow has been nothing short of incredible. But like I think the biggest highlight, the reason I say that is because I got to meet so many fucking incredible people. Oh yeah, you can curse on stream. I don't care. But I've gotten I've legit gotten the chance to meet people who I don't think I ever would have gotten the chance to meet. But just there's something about everyone being involved that there's just it just highlights so many creative, unique aspects of everything that everyone is doing and what you guys have done and what you guys are capable of. And really, truly, like to what Bobby was saying is that you had gone for graphic design. You not only are a phenomenal actor, an incredible stunt actor, stunt performer as well, but like also your art skills have proven time and time again to be incredible, fantastic. In fact, for those of you who aren't aware, Bobby has been recently doing a lot of the thumbnails for Brower because I'm too lazy to do them myself. So
Got a full bucket, bro. It's okay.
yeah, but it's just Xanderbrow as a group is fantastic, but I think it's always important to highlight just the fact that it really is the group effort and everyone individually contributing so much into the productions. And there's so much stuff that has been going on that I can't wait to talk with everyone here on stream for a little bit. But there's also another member who is currently patiently waiting in chat. David, how about you say hi? How about you make yourself known?
Hi.
All right, anyway,
I'm-
moving on.
I forgot who I was for a second. Sorry, I was in the middle of something. No, hi everyone. I didn't realize I was gonna be on stream for this. I thought
This is
was
the
just, like,
second
gonna be, like,
time you've been at the start of the stream for
Yeah.
one of these anniversary streams, so.
That's epic. Okay, cool. That's good to know. Anyways, I'm David. I graduated Full Sail 2020 with Cole, who is hosting the stream. He is one of my good buddies from Full Sail. No, I'm not gonna say good buddy. Nah, bro, you're one of my best friends. So,
You know, the funniest part is Discord won't let me show my camera, but if you look at stream, you know exactly what I'm doing right now. Love you too, David.
I'm not watching the stream, so I don't know. But yeah, and ever since I graduated, I started working I worked at a few different places. I worked at a production house working on what do you call it? Some true crime shows as an assistant editor. Shows that premiered on Oxygen, A&E, Discovery Channel, and a few others. I then switched over to doing. I work in a production studio now with Dylan, who is now in the chat.
Hi, Dylan.
Hey,
What up?
But
how's
yeah,
it going?
and
David was just introducing himself like you are
Yeah.
about to now.
But yeah, now we work on a lot of different work for a lot of different companies and brands. We recently did something for Porsche, something for Lamborghini as well.
They're shady. Wow, everyone's
And then-
showing up.
Yeah, it's fun.
The gang's
So-
all dude, what's up, everybody?
Hey,
Never gonna
There
finish
he
it.
is. There's the man.
The man, the myth, the legend.
All right, so
Hey, so-
wait, hold on. Don't jump the gun. David, wonderful
Yes.
introduction. Pleasure to have you here as always. Dylan, how about you give us? How about you get a chance to introduce yourself? Say hi to the people.
what did everybody else say?
They just introduced
Like-
themselves.
So what
Hi,
did
how
they
are
like
you?
give credentials or?
Social security number, address,
okay.
phone number.
Exactly what you gave Roblox the other day.
I got you. Are titties allowed on the stream? 'Cause I'm not wearing a shirt.
Yeah, I don't care. Brower's been shirtless plenty of
Hey, y'all.
times.
How's it going? I'm Dylan. I also went to Full Sail, and I work with David.
That's me.
That's him.
Good job.
That's me.
All right, Shady, you've been through several minutes of traffic just to get here. Why don't you introduce yourself?
Hi, my name is Shady O'Malley, and man, you won't believe what I had to put through literally the last few minutes. So long story short, I just got a drone from my boss that now I'm forced to buy off my boss because I accidentally flew the drone inside my fucking apartment.
Oh no! And
Yeah,
it
no,
broke.
You think that's a joke? Hang on, I'm glad this is a live stream because hang on a second. Here it is. Here's the drone.
Oh, no.
Oh
And here's the
no!
damage it just did.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh
I actually-
no!
How did you accidentally fly a drone in your house? Did you?
a fucking flying drone! You know they give license for that kind of thing?
Bro took the drone out of the bag. Bro turned on the drone. Bro powered up the drone. Bro pressed the up button, and it was all an accident.
Dude, I pressed the up button because I thought it would like slowly levitate. No, that shit literally went right for my TV.
It
Wow.
was
Button
in
do.
sports mode.
Well, at least
And
we're
then
off to
For
a
the
high
last
start.
like 10 minutes, for the last 10 minutes, I had to drive my friend all the way back to Orlando, get a wrench just so my friend could take off one of the propellers that have now welded onto the drone.
Oh my god.
Welding.
Shady O'Malley, the man of many talents.
Good to have you, Shady.
Great to have everyone here. To anyone else who might be watching the stream live or maybe after the fact, feel free to leave some comments. Everyone here is welcome to answer any questions and stuff. But so to recap everything so far, this is just kind of like a casual hanging out. It's a chance to kind of catch up after these 2 years. Reese is in the chat. He says, Pinky. Hi, Reese. Updates on that coming soon as well. But this is a chance to chat, hang out a little bit, catch up after 2 years of having graduated, see what everyone's been up to, talk about some of the projects that have happened, some of the projects that are on their way, things like that. So this is just kind of an open forum just to kind of like hang out for a little bit. First things first, just to kind of get this out of the way, given how are you guys looking on time, Brower and Bobby and Tio?
Do you think?
Darn that guy.
Do you think we got a few? Do you think we can let
think we
Cole
got time.
let Cole finish up with us, and then we film?
We got a few
we got
minutes
time.
left.
All right.
Do it.
We're good. We're here
Okay,
for you,
well,
man.
I won't abuse your time. So let's kind of, I have a couple of things written here. Does anyone have anything right out of the bat that you guys want to talk about? Because I do have some other things that I'm willing to tee up.
This man's got something.
I just want to say that if Shady never approached me in Full Sail and said I looked like Max Mofo, none of this would have ever occurred. So
You
thank
did
you,
use it
mate,
like Max.
Shady. And I just wanted to also say, if I never watched the stupid Mario Brothers in high school, I never would have gone to college. So thank you, Rich Alvarez, for making stupid Mario Brothers on YouTube. So, ayo, there I am, existing.
Woo!
Woo!
Yeah, no, again, like as much as I thank Brower for meeting all like the wonderful people, it's like here's the thing, Cole. I don't have a whole lot of interactions with you, but every time I've worked with you, I've enjoyed being on set. And that's probably double because you're on set with people you really enjoy getting to be around.
This is not a chance to flatter me. This is a chance to flatter you guys. Fuck off.
I gotta give you your flowers, okay? Because I stand by. Like when I did my whole thing with Channel 420 News, and it's like your immediate dynamic was Shady. It was just there. There was like nothing was planned. You guys just went on, acted, and literally the most beautiful thing ever happens.
Shut up, man. We're trying to suck you off.
Watch it, Tio. You're on thin ice. All right. Real quick, just to catch us up a little bit, I'm trying to keep eyes on the chat as well. Reese says that baddie and what are you all filming? And he also says if Shady never made Zelda, I wouldn't have been more invested in the NCU than the MCU. So that brings us, I think, to a good little segue here, I think, involving Xanderbrow specifically. Actually, really quickly, I just want to put one thing out there, because every single person who has been part of the Xanderbrow team, including Reese, who is part of the Xanderbrow team, I should mention, has asked about this, and Shady knows it, and I just recently updated the crew, but Spice and Ice 5 is coming soon, I promise.
Yeah.
Spice and so
wait, that's still a thing?
What? Yes, it's still a thing. And there were some complications with the edit, Tio. But the video sorry. No. I love you, man. But there were some complications with the edit. There was a lot of footage that we needed to kind of go through. There's still some stuff that we're trying to find, but we got pretty much our first official rough cut kind of thrown together. I sent it to Shady and Wolven for review. So hopefully in the coming days here, we will hear a little bit more on that. If I'm not mistaken, it's still slated to be released on Wolven's channel and Michael's channel. But in terms of time frame, not entirely sure. I can say, however, given the current status of the video, we are currently looking at a runtime of over 25 minutes of pure insanity.
Let's go.
Pure insanity. So much so that I think it's only appropriate I just give the tiniest little tease here on stream. Let me see if I can cue it up just a little. Oh, there we go. All right, I'm going to tee this up here. Let's make sure that that can be seen. All right. So anyone who wants to watch this on stream, here you go. Just a quick little tease.
Hey! I got my shirt now.
Oh, what are we making?
We're making piss.
Cole, what are we making?
It's chunky piss.
I'm in hell.
How do you feel?
Up here, let's make sure.
I'm fine with anything that happens.
So
as
anyone
long as
who
I
wants
don't
to
go to the ER.
You are about
Careful,
to
I hear
participate in
feedback.
Spice and Ice 5. 5? You guys have signed up for this for 5 years?
Two more times. I've only done it twice.
Are you all ready to die?
You know what? I want you to call me one day so I can ignore it.
So everybody, let me be the first to welcome. Let me be the first to welcome you to the last Spice and Ice and Slime Challenge.
And that's the... Oh, yeah, I'm unmuted. All right, cool. And that's the most I'm going to show you guys. So you guys will have to stay tuned for more in the future.
Wow, that white-hatted guy feels like the main character of that, even though he's always the fucking underdog.
Always the underdog. Always the underdog. So, Yes. So there you go. That is our little teaser that I'm going to give you guys for Spice and Ice 5. That is coming up. Everyone. Oh, I'm not there. There I am. Everyone has been super supportive of that project coming out. I've been personally putting it off for a fucking massive amount of time now, but hopefully I'll be more available coming up to be able to finish it if we deem more edits needed, because it has no music, no graphics, and I haven't had any feedback regarding a couple of the parts, but that is all coming soon. But
it's all right. If I can do Reese's work, I can do your work. I'll finish it.
Oh god.
So then here's also the other thing, and this is going to actually tie in a couple more people now who are still in the chat here. Everyone involved in this chat in one way or another, I had actually seen pretty recently, because these insane gentlemen flew me down for 1 weekend to help on a shit ton of projects. And I want, if you guys want to maybe talk about those just a tiny bit, because boy, were those a lot of fun to work on.
Yeah.
Shady, you have the mic on that one.
All right. So we're talking about October, right? So like in October, we the idea, we planned it out for months. We wanted to fly down Cole.
No. I'm talking about the one that we recently did.
Okay. So like in May. Okay. So in May, we flew down Cole again to just like also like film some stuff. Some stuff I will mention, but the one that we did in May was mainly for David's Droid Breakout episode 4.
Hey yo. Okay.
David, the floor is yours. Whatever you want to say about Droid Breakout.
Yeah, sure. So I was planning to have a trailer ready for this stream, but I wasn't able to get that exported in time as I've been super busy recently. But basically, this is going to be a well, first let me start from the beginning. I made 3 episodes of a Star Wars fan series that was based around a little droid that you guys may know as BB-8. And I made a 3-episode series about it, and although it was very visually stunning, I to me at least, I don't know other people thought about, but the story was lackluster. So I wanted to go back and I wanted to reshoot a lot of things and really build out the story a little better and turn it into a full-fledged movie. There he is.
How does he have it?
I don't know why he has it. That's weird.
Oh, I can actually explain that. So David gave that back to me, and I didn't want it anymore because that was my ex's. So I actually gave it to him.
Sweet. All right. But yeah, so we have that in the works now. Hopefully, it's coming out sometime in around Thanksgiving. I will give a screenshot of the trailer though. I'll put it in the Discord if you guys want.
I'll show that on stream. Yeah, paste it in the Discord and I'll put it up on stream as a little image.
All right, cool. All right, let me do this really quick.
To talk a little bit more about it, maybe without spoilers, there were a couple of people involved in the production. I think we can't name one of the people involved. Yeah, we don't want to talk about them. But specifically, Dylan and Shady were huge helpers on that shoot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. So Shady did help out with a lot of the camera work. There was one specific shot that we did, and he was standing on top of a tree, and he was lowering the camera down to me, so we could get like a really cool crane shot as Cole was walking through the forest, and Shady did a really good job with that, and an abundance of other shots as well. So I'm really happy for that. Thank you, man. The shots are turning out great, but the rough cut is pretty much done for the whole movie. Right now, I'm just doing visual effects and adding different things. So, but overall, great shoot. Cole did a fantastic job with acting, and I can't wait to show you on the silver screen. It's gonna look beautiful. We shot it all in 4K, and sound quality is superb. We shot it in ARRI RAW color format, and it's gonna look fantastic. I'm really excited to share it with everybody.
Yeah. And also really quickly, just to, I wish maybe I should reorganize this just a tiny bit more. I gotta have the
Sure.
chat up so that I can see what's going on here. To catch up, Togo Bro says, Cole, you're my favorite cast member from the Smash movie. Thanks.
Hey, man.
I appreciate that. And then Reese has continued on with he didn't lose his tongue for nothing. That's probably in reference to Spice and Ice. He said Ferramortis, and then he said, that's funny, I have a Star Wars related project coming out around that exact same time. So that's cool.
Yeah, everyone.
That's great to hear. I can't wait to see that, Reese. That's gonna look awesome.
Exactly what's coming up.
Dylan, how was
But-
it
yeah.
being part of the production in your eyes? Because you were also helping out.
It was really fun. It was kind of like last minute from my end. I was there. They were just like, "Hey, you want to come help?" And I was like, "Yeah, let's do it." And all I really did was I think I threw away trash to make sure that we're green.
You did do that. You did.
And I might have done a few puppeting things.
Hey, same you were there for emotional support.
Yeah,
You
I
were
was
there
gonna say
to
moral
help us
support.
out. You were one of the best PAs we've ever had. Dylan, come here. Get closer to the camera. I want to see you. Dylan, truly speaking, Droid Breakout would be nothing without you. Me, David, Cole.
Yeah.
I wholeheartedly agree. Dylan was very much there for moral support, which is incredibly valuable.
Hey, look, it's Malia.
Malia says hi. Hi.
I started Full Sail with Malia, I think.
Hi, Mel.
Millier. The Rock. Hi.
Barack.
So then, now I guess also maybe passing on the torch just a little bit in this conversation regarding this Florida trip. Are we allowed to talk about that, Shady? What, anything we did for that, or?
No, we are not.
No, we're not? Okay.
Like, if you're talking about like the May last day of the Florida trip, that's an absolute no. But if you want to talk a little bit about October, I would love to talk about that.
Well, I think while we have everyone here that was, and I want to be respectful again of Brower's time and everyone. I wish Brian was here. I wish Brian was here to be part of it. I wish a lot of people were here to talk about it, but I think maybe covering a little bit of it or some of the basics would be really nice. I do really want to talk about it on like a podcast at some point. So I should bring my podcast back at some point.
Yeah, Cole, it's almost like I've been reminding you every fucking month.
Yeah, I know. Keep reminding me, man. Keep reminding me.
I'll remind you when I don't feel bad from how stressed out you've been. I want to give you a break. I want you to have a good time, Cole.
Yeah. So anyway, Shady, how's the furry music video been coming, huh?
The what?
Hey. Oh yeah, Dylan, by the way, you're going to be in a video.
Yeah.
What? Bro. Okay. All right.
Hey, okay, so I'm going to talk about the weekend a little bit, right? Because we absolutely have to talk about the Mega Shoot weekend.
Yeah.
So, unfortunately, Brian's not here, but I'm going to do my best to
Love you, Brian.
at least tell
Miss you.
certain perspectives.
doing
But real quick, shout out to Brian. Shout out to the bearded Brazilian man. Love you, man. Anyway, so what's it called? Oh, yeah, and by the way, I might be seeing Brian in 2 weeks. So, what's it called? Anyway, what was I going to say? So, the weekend really started off with Friday. So, I'm going to just go over some basic bullet points. We're obviously going to go more in depth on a later date. I know Brower has like limited time, so cut me off in about 3 minutes. So, we started off the weekend with the Nerf War, which went pretty fun, except I'll let Cole fill in this gap right here, but your GoPros died?
The what?
Your GoPros for the Nerf War, they died, correct?
Yes and no. We got, so the Nerf War is also coming. There's a 2024 Nerf War happening at some point later on. I still have all that footage. Problem is, it was so hot on that day that the GoPro started overheating. So we have probably a couple of the first rounds of like the first game that we did. And if I'm not mistaken, we did zombies as our like first couple of games, and then I think we did like a team deathmatch because we were just tired of running around as zombies. So those ended up overheating, but the main appeal to this Nerf War is we did a full tournament sword fight because that was a lot of fun. So you'll have to tune in and see who wins the sword fight at the end. But yeah.
At this point in the story, once the Nerf War ended, it kind of breaks off into two separate stories. One where everyone goes over to Michael's house to get ready for the Cursed Object Film Festival, and me and Brian were on our way to the Cursed Object Film Festival until all of a sudden, as I'm driving my little car, going down the street, my car decides to take a shit on itself and dies. And I end up like talking to so many back-end mechanics, yada, yada, yada. And I am personally responsible for holding the laptop that was able to make the Cursed Object Films Festival happen. So I put that off solely by 2 hours because of my situation. Eventually, Cole was able to get the laptop back, and then he was able to try to make the that happened, and I'll let Cole take that story off from here. So you got the laptop back, you tried to make the film festival happen, and then...
Yeah, so it was a little challenging because the film festival was a lot bigger in scope than we had anticipated. It was a lot of watching everyone's films and then providing like feedback and then kind of judging and then kind of doing the announcements. I had everything already kind of like pre-made and like prepared and everything, given how the night was going, but so many things were just hitting the fan one after the other, and it was just one bad situation after another. Eventually we all had to end the stream early and then had to depart to kind of help out with the situation, which I'll gotta lob it right back at you, Shady, here. So
yeah, so I'm gonna be more specific on like what was one of the reasons that we had to end the stream. Literally, as Cole was mid-presentation, Christina came out because we were getting late at night. She had to wake up early the next day. Christina came out and gave Cole the biggest death stare I've ever seen. It looked like made it look like Cole is on site.
I thought I was going to die.
Right
I now know what Medusa was capable of because her glance could kill.
Bro, she was about to fucking murder you. But we end the stream, and then we're because of my car situation, we're forced to stay at Michael and Christina's house for that weekend. So we're sleeping over, and in Brian's case specifically, he has a huge dust allergy, and so he's having a hard time sleeping. But nobody has the hardest time sleeping except Cole, and I'll let him tell that story if he wants to.
Oh my God, I've told Dylan this so many times because I had to share the experience with someone and I felt so alone with it. But
yo, Coley Poo,
what's up?
We are going to head off to go back to filming, but I was gonna say it was nice chatting with everyone.
If you guys pop by later on and we're still streaming, feel free to pop by. But thank you guys so much for spending some time with us. Have a great shoot.
Absolutely. If we don't come back, obviously, I'm forever grateful for the opportunities that have been given to me.
You're burning the midnight oil. Hurry up! Say your piece and get out of here.
Well, see y'all later. And for more info on that weekend, go watch the Xanabro Mega Shoot vlog. Love you. Bye.
Bye. See you later. I will make sure that I provide those fellas links in the description of the full stream. If you guys
want to see like us physically suffer throughout that weekend, watch those videos. But Cole, go ahead and take it away. What were you talking about?
Basically, to kind of summarize a little bit, it was exhausting. We ended up having to fetch Shady. We had to end up fetch Brian, and there was a lot of complications with everyone going on. And then came the burden of realizing what was happening for the next day, which was Spice and Ice. And we needed to make sure that we were all like prepared and ready and like fully rested and stuff like that. And I'm not going to name who, but someone had the brilliant, might I say, brilliant idea of suggesting taking a little gummy that will help out with sleeping. It kind of puts you out, it'll relax you, things like that. So yeah, just a little gummy. And so he hands me the gummy. I mean, they hand me the gummy. I'm not going to specify who. Hand me the little gummy, and I eat it. And then everyone proceeds to turn and look at me and was like, "Did you eat the whole thing?" And I was like, "What did you mean the whole thing?" And they're like, "Oh, you were only supposed to have like a quarter of that." And I was like, "Oh no. Oh no." And proceeded to have probably the single worst experience of my entire life, because the moment I laid down, my sense of gravity shifted, the walls started moving, the floor started shifting, my sense of perspective, my sense of scale and like geography and stuff like started fucking up terribly. I could not sleep. And I mean, I could not sleep. I was up for, at that rate, several hours straight and had very little sleep to begin with because of all of the stuff that we had done the Nerf war. We had done the live stream that night. It got super late. We had to deal with a ton of stuff. So it was like early in the morning at this rate. And I was just like, shit. To make matters worse, the place we were staying at had cats that could not stop fucking running around so much. And Shady was in the other part of the room on the couch.
Okay, real quick. I'm going to interject here real quick. So for like a solid hour of us trying to sleep, I keep hearing... And for whatever reason, like, I know it's the cat fucking around with the bowl, so I decide, okay, fuck this. I'm going to go over, pick up the bowl, and put it away. As soon as I get there, Cole, I don't know how well you remember this. As soon as I get there, I pick the bowl up, I put it away, and you were like, "That wasn't me."
I don't remember that. I don't remember that at all.
I was like, dude, it's fine. Go to bed.
Dude, I was having the worst experience of my life. Every second felt like hours. I felt like I lived a lifetime in this nightmare, and I described it as this. It was a nightmare that I could not wake up from. It was the most terrifying experience I've ever had. And I think at some point in the night, Michael had come down to grab like a thing of water or something like that. And meanwhile, I'm like staring off at a corner of the ceiling because it's the only thing that isn't freaking me the fuck out, because if I try to concentrate hard enough, I can kind of get myself out of it. Funny enough, actually, my sense of scale, my geography, my spatial awareness was completely thrown out of whack. But what ended up happening was similar to maybe like VR or like 3D scanning when you're doing like the picture scanning. If I moved my head around enough, my brain could start making sense of the geography, because now everything was having like its own space essentially. And I was able to kind of like shake myself out of it for short periods of time just to kind of focus and like speak or something. Apparently that didn't work very well, because when Michael came downstairs to get like a thing of water, he saw me zonked out of my mind. And I thought I was screaming like my lungs out and tried getting Michael's attention. And all he heard coming from my mouth was, "Michael, I don't like this." And that's the only thing I could say. And he looks at me and he goes up to me, and from what I recall, he's like, "Are you okay, buddy? Do you need anything? Oh, okay. Well, have a good night." And then walked away. He left me.
What time of night was this, if you can recall?
I had no idea. For me, it felt like it was several years into the night. I don't know what time it was. All I remember was I was having the worst experience of my life. For those of you, I was having out-of-body experiences where I was like interacting with myself in the third person. I swore I met my animal, spirit animal. It was that kind of like level of insanity. And it was just like, The next thing I know, apparently the sun was up and Michael came downstairs and was like, "Did you sleep well?" And I was gone. I was gone. Shady woke up, Brian woke up, Christina woke up. They're all kind of huddled around me, and I am gone. And you know what? It was fine because Michael made the best cup of coffee I have ever had, and it got me conscious again. And
I
then
will never. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
You go.
I will never forget the very first thing you said to me. I was like, "Hey, man, how are you?" Like, I'm gonna act it out for you, right? This is literally it. I didn't sleep well last night.
I didn't sleep at all. I just didn't sleep.
You look like a little kid. I didn't know what the fuck you were.
I know, neither did I. Trust me, man, neither did I. But so after sipping on a delicious cup of coffee, that's when the real horror set in. Oh, fuck. We still have to film Spice and Ice. And, yeah, everyone started coming over. We ended up spending, like, I want to say an hour, maybe 2 hours, like, setting up and stuff, which is the opening stuff that you saw.
Dude, the setup itself was hell. Holy shit. I sent Michael sent me off to go get wings at one point. And I like and I take a photo of it. You got to keep in mind I'm very dyslexic, right? Like it is very just hard for me to read once in a while. I sent a photo of him of the wings. I'm like, "Is this what you want?" He said, "Yes, go get 2 bags." I'm off and I get him and this is my fault. And I want to make this clear, this is my fault. But I got boned wings. They were supposed to be boneless.
No, they were. Oh, well.
Yeah, Michael had to go back and get boneless.
I was going to say, in the video, you guys are like chugging the wings.
Yeah.
You guys are like fully inhaling.
I don't know if you remember, he got so mad, he stormed off and got boneless wings.
It gave us more time to set up. It was fine. I still was so sleep deprived. And so what you guys will end up seeing when the video comes out, and I'm going to speak on my own behalf, I had a fantastic time. The entire day, I had a fantastic time. You want to know why? Because I gained a fucking superpower. I was so sleep deprived that, and for those of you who don't know, Spice and Ice was an annual kind of yearly thing that had been started amongst the Xanderbrow group and Shady and Wolven for like a couple of years now. And this is the 5th one. And before, I had only participated once. And the objective is essentially step your feet into a bucket of ice water and then chuck a couple of balls into a cup while you eat spicy wings. Over the years, the idea kind of like shifted. It became icy slime. Then they started adding like challenges and stuff like that. So it's a lot of like fun stuff, a lot of fun activities, but it's a lot. It is a lot to deal with. And putting on a production like that is absolute hell. So applause to everyone for keeping high spirits when everything was going wrong.
One of the minor things that I really appreciate so far about what you showed us of Spice and Ice compared to the other ones is I really appreciate that you showed the setup of the actual event itself a little bit of us like actually making smaller things, because I do feel like that's where you're going to get your little gems of like quips and whatever between banter between friends and whatnot. I really feel like that initial setup was just like a lot of fun.
Yeah, and but at the end of the day, I had a blast. Everyone else was blasting their asshole through the toilet several times. But I gained a superpower because me not being mentally present and just kind of floating through the day meant that when I stepped in the bucket of icy slime, I couldn't feel it. I felt fine. And then when we were eating the spicy wings, I didn't know if they actually put the hot sauce on because I couldn't taste it. I couldn't feel it. I was immune to all of it. It was fantastic. And then after a very, very long shoot, Shady and I had the fantastic idea. It wasn't actually an idea. It was something that we were set to do. We when Brian came to visit for all of this, we had the clear intention of going to Universal, and it's October. We had the clear intention of going to Universal to go to Halloween Horror Nights.
Oh no.
So much fun. I don't know what Shady and Brian's experience was like, because I'm pretty sure 40 to 50% of it was them going to the bathroom after every single haunted house.
Dude, I'll say this. We had a lot of fun. I think, the bathroom part was what killed me. And obviously we had fun with the horror houses, and we also did like a lot of cute. So for those of you who don't know, me, Cole, and Brian, we're like this. We're like really, really close. So we'll do a lot of, let's just call it gay shit together. At one point, we were all holding our pinkies as we were walking in a line for like Men in Black.
Oh, I don't remember. Oh my god, I do remember that. Oh my god, you just triggered the biggest memory.
As a matter of fact, Cole, I have it on video.
Do you?
Yeah, I do. I save all my snaps.
Send it to me, please.
Yeah, we did that. We also what's it called? We also sorry, I'm like thinking of things at once, but like we're also like trying to like ride a roller coaster, and I'm making every excuse in the book not to get on a roller coaster. A, because if I'm being quite frank, I don't do roller coasters very well, but B, probably way more prominently, I knew I was gonna shit my pants if we went on a roller coaster. So, yeah, Cole, I just sent it to you on Snapchat. Let me know if you got it now.
I did. Oh my god! Wait, I'm gonna show the webcam.
Huh?
I fucking forgot about that. That was honestly one of my favorite memories, because it was just one of the stupidest things ever. But the fact that we held with the bit all the way through until we were forced to separate, and the person in the line being like, okay, one team this way, one team that way, being like, oh, I'm sorry to do this to you guys, but you gotta split up, was so funny.
Dude, and you left me! You left me!
Yeah, because you were the underdog, so we were going to destroy you with points. But so like we ended up getting some drinks at the Harry Potter World stuff. We were chilling. All the stuff with like the fog and the ambience all around Universal was a lot of fun. All the Halloween Horror Nights or Halloween Horror Houses were really cool. I especially loved The Last of Us was so great. And I was surprised.
Last of Us was pretty good. Yeah, I
liked so you went as well? Yeah.
Yeah, I went too. Yeah.
Yeah, that was
Describe it for somebody who hasn't gone.
So The Last of Us, but Halloween Horror Nights.
Well,
it was a haunted house, but it was great. There are actually videos out there of this Halloween Horror House. Funny enough, the only Halloween Horror Nights I'd been to prior to that, I think, was 2020. No, wasn't 2022. It was 2021. And that's like the only year in which they didn't, like, nobody was allowed to do video in the horror houses for some reason. It was probably a COVID restriction, who knows? But you can find videos out there. It was fantastic. I remember, I don't know about you, Shady, I remember very distinctly the first part where you walk into the Last of Us thing. It's the scene of the car having rammed into the building, and it's Ellie and whoever with the shoot off. The guy who played Joel came out in the most energetic, like, because I think his dialogue is like, Ellie, get down. But he like comes out like, Ellie, get down. Bang. And like, it was just like, whoa, holy crap.
You know what was like my favorite part of that whole experience? It's when the bloater starts chasing us.
Oh my god, the bloater was so fucking cool. And then also they had some vertical elements too, because towards the very end, after the bloater, you can see Joel shooting up from the window, and it's like, whoa, and he's
and there was someone in the clock tower too. I think it was Ellie.
Yeah, it was very, very, very impressive. My favorite part though of that whole thing had to have been the scene where you're walking through the halls and there's spores floating in the air, and you're just like, holy shit, how do you do that? I think they'd
How did
done
they do
something
that?
similar. I think they had done something similar with the Stranger Things Halloween Horror House, but
Honestly,
Yeah, I did get to go to that one. That one was sick.
I'll say the Stranger Things one was a little underwhelming.
no. Except I think it was that was the same year that they did, or that was the same one that they did.
Yeah, that was
Stranger
the same
Things.
year.
I
me and Brian were
remember
close.
my favorite part of that one had to have been when all three of us went to the part where it's Eddie and Dustin on the top of the thing, and we started cheering Eddie, and the guy playing Eddie kind of broke character a little bit, and it was like, you guys, so funny. I loved that moment. That was so funny. All of us just cheering.
That's
Oh
great.
my god! But obviously, we can't talk about Halloween Horror Nights without talking about how it ended.
Oh
So
God.
we decided we were gonna cut it early. We were gonna leave an hour before closing because we wanted to beat traffic. We had to wake up early the very next day for the mega shoot. And of course, we get up to the top of the parking lot at Universal, and we order an Uber, and we wait like maybe 20, 30 minutes. No one comes. So we're like, oh shit, what do we do?
No,
Okay.
not just that. No, not just that. We would get people, they would be like maybe 5 minutes away, and they would cancel.
Yeah, no, like nobody wanted to pick us up.
Bruh.
So I say, okay, no, screw it. Let's leave Universal. Let's cross the street and let's go to the Applebee's across the street.
Nope,
to order the Uber
Fridays.
there.
TGI
First of all,
Fridays.
whatever. So we start leaving, right? We go all the way down to the basement floor. And I know my memory how to get out of there, but I forgot how long it was. We eventually get over to the street that crosses from there to Applebee's.
We
and
crossed through
we-
like Jurassic Park at one point. There
Yeah.
was so much foliage.
I was so ready to play Frogger with that traffic because they were taking forever. And Cole and Brian were like, no. We need you to be alive.
No, I
tomorrow."
was. Brian was probably cool with it because he was tired and he was blowing his ass out.
Yeah, but Cole was like, no, we're going to climb the bridge. We're going to cross the street like good little children. I'm like,
They put the bridge
yes.
there. We're gonna cross it.
all right, so we cross the bridge. We get over to fucking TGI Fridays. And guess what? Guess fucking what? We left Universal and it's more expensive to leave from there than the actual fucking, amusement
Oh.
park. That was the part that blew my mind. And you ready for the kicker? We have a friend named Billy who plays Neil in like Broward stuff. He flat out said, "Oh, bro, had you flat out just told me you were there, I would have just drove you home."
Oh no. Oof.
Dylan, careful your microphone.
Sorry.
Hey,
Yeah.
I have to get off now, guys. But it's been
Okay.
a pleasure.
Hey,
I like
been a
hearing
pleasure,
some of these
David. Thank
stories.
you for stopping by. I'll make
Yeah,
sure
of
that
course.
guys check out David's work. Is he good at
Thank you.
VFX?
Hop off
Mhm.
too.
I
Oh,
appreciate
okay,
that.
later-
I do.
later,
I do a
Dylan.
lot of VFX stuff. Yes.
This was a pleasure. Thanks for inviting me.
Of course, of
Yes.
course.
All right.
We're
good
glad
night.
that you guys were on.
I'm still watching, so you're gonna have an extra viewer here.
Hell
Hell
yeah.
yeah.
Bye guys.
Cool. All right. Good
Later.
night.
Later. But yeah, so they kind of like go off with the rest of the story because now it's just you and me, Cole.
Hey,
Man, we should spam Brian to get him in here.
Okay, you can definitely try. I think Brian's currently at a shoot right now or some kind of live stage production. So if you want to reach out to him, be my guest. I would love to have him here, even if it's just to quickly say hi on camera. But who knows, honestly.
Let's find out. If he answers his phone, then he can talk. If he can't, well, crazy. Let me not leak his phone number. Hang on a second. Hey, Brian, real quick. You don't have a lot of time to talk, do you?
No, not right now.
Okay, well,
So,
oh Jesus, dude, I'm on a live stream right now. I just wanted you to call and say hi.
doing. You know, coming with her.
Hi, love you, man. Miss you.
I love you guys too.
We'll see
Thinking
you
of
later,
you.
man.
Talk to you
Sorry.
later.
Sorry for leaking that. I hope you have fun.
No, it's okay. It's okay. I'm literally about to go back to work, so.
Okay. Well, hey, it's good talking to you, and yeah, I'll see you in 2 weeks.
See you guys soon.
Later.
Later, get it.
See you guys.
It didn't pick up what he had said, so it's all good.
Oh, okay. But yeah, so there's not really a ton like I can talk about when it comes to Sunday.
Well,
Except
so there
I
is
did,
stuff that was featured on. Well, let's.
hang on. I did want to give everyone here a treat at the very least. Because obviously, because unfortunately we cannot talk too much about A Link Between Worlds. I did at the very least want to show them something from the movie that I'm allowed to. So, for those of you who are watching the stream right now, I'm going to send a image to Cole that I think would not spoil a ton.
Send it in DMs for me on Discord.
Okay. Yeah, just bear with me just a second while I'm looking for this. But while I'm doing that, actually, you know what? I know exactly what I'm going to show.
I know also a little bit what we can talk about. I will say, so in preparation for what we called the mega shoot, we had created kind of like a casting call. We were saying, hey, anyone who wants to come out, come help on this day at this time, whatever. And careful what you're showing on your phone. Here,
Fine,
you know,
fine.
I'm just gonna put that right there.
That's fine. That's fine. That's fine.
So there were a ton of people who came out dressed up as extras. It was fantastic. A lot of people showed up for the cast and crew, including David, including Brian, who was visiting. So it was really, really, really cool. We were there kind of as like directors, really, to kind of help move things along. But it was fantastic. And we lucked out so hard with that shoot.
Oh,
we
no,
had
dude, like,
it was like
honestly-
73 and cloudy all
No,
day.
Colder. It was like at least 65. We had really cool weather.
No. I speaking from someone. No. Speaking from someone who was coming up from up north down south, it was like 72, 73 all day.
Speaking as someone who saw the weather, it was 65, 68.
As speaking as someone who was there, I think you're wrong.
Hang on. No. You don't even have to say anything.
Did you screenshot the weather?
Well, hang on. I'm about to show you. What was the weather in Orlando on October 8th, 2023? Okay.
Preemptive middle finger.
68 degrees.
What?
68 degrees. I checked.
You said 65.
60, motherfucker, we were both wrong.
Whatever. But point being is it was so nice out and it was cloudy all day. We didn't really get any sunburn. Everyone was able to show up. We showed up to the location. Somebody on a cart was like, hey, are you supposed to be here? And we were like, not really, but we had these cool plans and we're cool to talk with, whatever. And then the guy who was operating the cart was just like, let me call one of my other friends. We'll shuttle you.
I'm glad you brought that up because like one of the best parts, so I will tell you at the very least where we shot. We shot in Orlando wetlands. And I think that's public knowledge. We made a video about it. So like we were at Orlando wetlands and we were probably maybe a mile or two away from like where the main entrance is, and like the people there, we came over there uninvited. We didn't well, by we I mean me. I didn't realize I was supposed to call like ahead of time and say, hey, can we shoot here? So while talking to them, I pretty much said like, hey, I'm sorry for this, but is there any way maybe you can give us a ride? And they said yes, and they had shuttles. They drove us all the way there. We had the walk back, but the fact that we got a ride there was pretty nice. It was a great day overall. And now, since everyone here was able to give something, just for you, just for those who are, for you who are watching, I'm going to give you your very first look at Saya.
Send.
I just sent Cole the image.
Yep.
And you can make of it as you will.
What? There you go. And
all right.
There you go. That's all you get.
All right, that's all you're gonna get out of
Stay
Smash
tuned.
right
Stay tuned, motherfuckers.
Yeah. Yeah, no, honestly, I am really excited to like talk more about this movie in depth when we can because there's a lot of details that we're leaving out, specifically from this day. But yeah, man, I just gotta say, it was a pleasure like doing that day with you. It was a pleasure having you down and not just that too, but it wasn't just the mega shoot itself, but like we went bowling after the fact, we hung out after the fact,
We shot a
did
lot
the
of stuff for a
movie.
project that I'll talk about in a little bit too. But
Yeah, we did a lot, and honestly, I'm very happy with what we were able to do.
We were
And,
stranded at Michael's place for so long. We eventually got a chance to go back to Shady's, and we just crashed. We were just so exhausted from everything that had happened because it was so much in so many different ways. It was incredible. It was horrific. It was terrific. It was terrifying. It was just the most fulfilling weekend I probably ever had experiencing anything. And it wasn't it was just worth every moment, even all of the ups, of course. But I think we actually, so it was an interesting thing. We were really anxious about making sure that the shoot went right and everything. And I think after the fact, we were in Billy's car because Shady's car was still broken down at this point. It was Billy, myself, Shady, and Brian. The four of us were just driving. I think Billy went and dropped us off at your place or Michael's, I forget. But we were just in the car, speechless for like several minutes of just like the realization of, holy shit, everything went right. Everything we went through for the past almost 3 days was worth every moment if it meant that shoot went right. And it did. And it was mind-boggling.
Honestly, the thing that I still can't walk away from is I was scared. Like, the day started off, and I understand that Brian didn't mean it like this, but like the day started off with Brian, like, after everything that happened, him just telling me, today is just going to be as horrible as everything else, right? Because he was so tired, he was so beaten, he was so destroyed, and like the morale was low. The fact that this day went as good as it did when it happened, it was literally, it literally felt like this was what we were suffering for. It felt like the payoff to a very big setup, and I was very happy to have been there for it. Oh my God, Jonesy's in the chat.
Yeah, hi Jonesy, what's up?
Hey, dude.
Wait, Jonesy. Hey, we were just talking about the mega shoot. No spoilers. We're not talking spoilers, but Jonesy was there for the mega shoot and was helping with BTS. Thank you so much, Jonesy, for that. That was awesome. Thank you so much for that. We were also talking about the Nerf War, which I think you were part of. Maybe you weren't.
He was not a part of this.
For the previous one. You guys will recognize Jonesy if you guys have seen the previous Nerf videos that we had done.
Oh,
but thank
dude,
you so much for that, man. That was awesome.
By the way, Jonesy, if you're watching this right now, all I gotta say is this: we gotta have a rematch of that sword fight. There's no fucking shot you would beat me today. So honestly, Jonesy, if you're watching this right now, this is a call out.
I'm pretty sure you guys have done a rematch.
No, we have not.
Let me check.
I want to fight you again sometime soon. I want to fight you again in a Nerf war, and at least in a Nerf sword fight sometime soon. I haven't fought you since 22. You were not a part of 23, so let's do it again in 24. Let's run it back in 24. Oh, okay. That's what I like to hear. All right, it's on.
All right, well, so now you have future plans for the next Nerf War, which will probably take place later this year in either October or November. We'll see what the dates are looking like for coming to visit again. But so that brings us to kind of like the end of that whole like Florida trip. That was a huge deal, and there were several productions kind of going on throughout that was being worked on. One of which was I think around that time it was still Waluigi 2 was in the process of being filmed or something like that.
It was. We were halfway there, but I feel like there's something else that I would rather like talk about just a little bit because like this is more of a retrospective Full Sail.
This is my stream, bitch. We're talking about it's a retrospective the past 2 years since.
Like, let me get my point though. because like come time July or whenever went to go see you in Philadelphia, there was something about like there was something you said. So for those of you who don't know, I went to go visit Cole sometime in July. We met at Philadelphia. We just had a day trip, and you said something to me that like was really sentimental. It was, we're hanging out like I just saw you a few days ago, but it's been 7 months. And honestly, I thought about that a lot more the last time you were down here, because while so much time passes by, it really does feel like you and me specifically, at least, we don't lose a beat. It really doesn't feel like I haven't seen you in so long. It feels like we just pick up right where we left off, like no time has
It's
passed.
quite literally pressing pause.
Yeah.
It's like pressing pause, and when we see each other, press play. And we just find out, oh wow, there's like a little bit of more character development that we haven't caught up with. It's just another thing just to chat, but we're just hanging out again. And I feel it's always the same way with like Bobby and Brian and Brower. And it's like, it just feels, at least for me, and this is always going to be something that I will bring up, for me, being able to come back and visit you guys feels like it was just yesterday. And it will always be like that. It's just, it's comforting in a sense for me.
What do you feel like it's going to feel like, I guess, come time November? Because then it would officially, like, that would be you in Florida 2 years after the fact, even like 2 years after the premiere of the original Smash movie.
No,
Like,
I
how do
mean,
you feel like
I had visited a couple of times prior to that. It's just going to be.
No. I'm saying like come time November, how do you feel like things are gonna feel at the 2-year anniversary? I guess.
I guess I'll just be super excited to see the furry music video that you make. Yeah.
I think for me, first of all, I'm gonna be very happy to see your reaction to that, because trust me when I say it. Listen to me, guys. That furry music video is gonna happen. There's a reason I got that drone that I flat out destroyed.
Yeah, why the fuck would you destroy it?
I didn't want to.
Yeah,
Anyways,
but you did.
I didn't want to. Jesus Christ. I don't know how to take off one of the propellers. Hell, maybe I can do that on stream. Like, one of the propellers are like locked on, and I've been trying to figure out how to
It's
take
probably
it
a
off.
twist thing. You probably like twist
No, it's
it.
not a twist thing. He was trying to take it off with a wrench, because like the thing with that is that it spun and hit like a lot of my wires. So we're afraid it got locked, like lodged in there. So we're really hoping to fix that. But regardless though, come time November, I think it's going to be weird for me, because I'm going to be turning 26. I'm going to be looking back at the fact that like Smash premiered 2 years ago, and a lot as time has passed. Honestly, I don't know about you at least, but I look at every year as like a chapter. You know, like I title them chapters. Like if I had to title everything since I've graduated, so like let's say 2021 is where it starts, right? 2021 was called New Beginnings for me, really. 2022 was Beating the Odds. 2023 was Rock Bottom, and 2024 is Perseverance. And that's definitely what this year felt like, at least for me, right? Like it does feel like, you know, you are definitely persevering through like a lot of trial and tribulations. But that's why I'm hoping, like, even in 2025 when Smash 2 comes out, that's what I'm really hoping for. Like, come time then, we're gonna be reaping the rewards. We're gonna really be like saying, "Hey,
we're gonna be."
All that stuff we made it.
Yeah, I think we're going to be all the more rich for realizing that we put in the time and the effort, and we made sure that we did it right, and did it right the first time, and took care and just made sure that what we were making was something that we were happy making in the process. That something that we can look back on and be like, instead of, oh, fuck that project, why that took so long. Instead, it's going to be like, wow, that I put in a lot of time, a lot of effort. I loved how it turned out. You're going to look back on it and be like, that was an incredible journey. That's the kind of stuff that I think we have to look forward to right now, with a lot of the stuff that has been in the works for a while now.
Let me ask you something. In terms of like, I guess everything, it doesn't even have to pertain to like the time you've been out of Full Sail, right? But like, just let's say everything in your adult life, so everything after high school. What would you say has been like, imagine like, you know, the setup is like you're working hard for a test, you're studying for a test, and the payoff is that you got a good grade on the test. What was the best payoff for you so far, and in your adult life?
Quite honestly, the mega shoot. The mega shoot was probably one of my favorite things that we got to work on. Reese does have a good point in the chat too. Waluigi 2 was also a big thing for me, I would say. I agree with that genuinely because I was the one who wrote that story, and it was kind of my first attempt at writing a bigger like feature length film essentially. And I'm just very proud with the product because it works narratively in a way that I can kind of be impressed with and like proud of myself for. But the mega shoot honestly was just one of my favorite things that I've done because I got to hang out with all of my friends and work on this epic project that I still can't talk about because it's just too cool to talk about, and I don't have an NDA, but I also don't want to burn any bridges by ruining stuff for others.
I think for me, like the obvious answer here is probably going to be like, you know, when it happens. Like obviously the stuff that I'm listing hasn't happened yet, so I don't even know if it really counts, but I'll list it anyway. I think Smash 2 is definitely going to be like a massive payoff for me in my adult life because of what we were able to bring together for that project. But I think another one too is going to be Luigi: A Brother's Shadow, because that was the first time I actually sat back and I said, I really want to make a movie that is like, you know, in the NCU that I started from the ground up. Granted, that was Smash 2, but I really wanted to do that for a character and make it a much smaller but very, very, very personal story. And obviously you've seen the cut, like that's not a secret here,
guys. No spoilers, but it's a pretty good looking film so far. I'm just gonna say that.
Yeah, and by the way, Jonesy, I didn't miss you there. You did ask like any other narrative projects.
We have some stuff that I'm going to get to regarding all that coming up soon here.
Okay, yeah.
If only this guy will stop yapping, am I right? No, I'm kidding. Sorry.
To answer that question real quick, just on my end, and then I'll let you have the floor. 2 projects for me. One is Luigi: A Brother's Shadow, because I'm very, 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 very proud of that movie, and I want to see it through. Technically the Smash remaster, but that doesn't count. But the other one is actually a new short film that I'm working on right now that I guess I can now publicly talk about because I haven't even told you yet, Cole. I'm calling it I'm calling it Compass. And
Compass?
Compass. And because no, go ahead. Wait, hang on a second. No, because tell me who says compass weirder. Me?
No. Hold on. We're not talking about this. Continue. Continue.
Say the word.
Compass.
No, you say compass. I'll play a fucking video for you right now.
Compass.
Yeah, sure you do. That's how you say it. Compass.
Compass.
Anyway. So that short film is basically about like without giving too much away, it follows the premise where like a character will find like a compass, and it leads him to like stuff that ends up being like a lot very eerie. He finds a dead body that the compass ends up pointing him to, and he has to kind of find out what like the mystery behind this is. And that's all I'm going to talk about it right now.
I'm going to use this as an interesting segue to talk about another little announcement, is that, yes, I don't know if this has any relation to any of this in any regard, but as a further announcement, just kind of throwing ahead, like a, hey, heads up, this is still going on, is there are still intended plans to do the 2024 Cursed Objects Film Showcase again. So I don't know if that has any relation to it. I doubt it. But for all of you out there listening, anyone who is interested, if you liked the previous contest, we are doing the Cursed Object Film Showcase again. So that is a great opportunity for you guys to make a film about a cursed object or artifact or whatever of your choice and potentially get some made up awards because it's fun. Something that you can put on your resume and feel proud of knowing that you did it and you made it. So that is still in the works. There is a different plan in mind with that this year. I will probably be announcing the start of the Cursed Objects Showcase closer to like late August, early September. That way it gives you the entirety of September and the entirety of October to make your film, because the problem we faced last time was there were a lot of really late submissions. So there will be a strict deadline this time around. And I am also, keep this in mind too, I am also going to change the hashtag for this, because apparently hashtag cursed objects is way too easy to get mixed up in a bunch of other stuff. So it will be like hashtag cursed object film showcase 2024, something like that. Something just to make it really specific and easy to find. Just keep that in mind. Cursed objects film showcase 2024 coming later this year. So, but I guess to bring it back just a little bit, to go back off of what Jonesy had said, yes, there are definitely a couple of different narrative projects that I have been working on myself, and then everyone's been working on. I would love to give everyone the opportunity to kind of put that stuff out there and like talk about it, but David is working on Droid Breakout, like a remaster of it. From what I've seen, which is very little so far, it looks fantastic, so we'll see how it goes. It was a lot of fun working on that one. There have been a ton of projects with Xander Brown, with Shady, that I'm super excited for, and I can't wait for you guys to see. But if Shady, do you have anything else that you want to talk about? Because I do have a couple of things that I need to announce.
All you.
Okay. Well, so first things first. God, how do I want to go about this? This is a little bit of a bigger moment. This is also going to be a little bit of a in the moment kind of coming up with this idea because I felt like it, and it might bite me in the butt later on. I might change it. Who knows? It's subject to change, whatever. But speaking of change, I am changing my YouTube. No longer shall this be the Cole Ciarlello channel. Starting very shortly, I'm going to rebrand this to, drumroll please, Made Easy Productions. Yet again! And for those of you who don't know, if you ever go back and watch some of the older videos on the channel, I had kind of referred to this YouTube channel originally as Made Easy Productions. The intro was always, hello and welcome to Made Easy Productions. My name's Cole and so. I got a little reminiscent. I thought about it and I was like, you know, there's so many different film projects that I've had the chance to work on. There's so many things that I have done with other people, and there's so many other films that have been on the channel that I've either produced or edited or something that I kind of put on so it had an audience. Films like Diversion and End Paper and couple of the others I can't remember. Oh, one of the other Cursed Objects films, Phantom Film. All of those were not my own films, but I did edit them. I did work on them. So I kind of wanted to make it less about me and maybe more about the stuff that I'm producing, stuff that I'm working on, things like that. So I'm bringing back the old Made Easy Productions YouTube channel name. It'll make it way easier to find too. So from a marketing strategy, it might be better. Not that I'm looking to market anything. It's just that I've been stuck at, I think, 400 something for a while. So, you know, anything you guys want to do to maybe help out would be kind of great. Anyways, but Made Easy Productions is coming back.
So that's a quick question real quick, regarding like, you know, you're rebranding back into that brand. Is that a complete branding? Is like stuff like the Colecast going to be rebranded as well, or will that remain like the same name?
That is a great question. I do not have an answer for it simply because I thought of this pretty last minute. I had asked my coworker, hey, do you think I should do this? And he said no. And I was like, oh yeah, all right, cool. And then I figured I might as well do it anyways. Probably not. I think the Colecast might just stay the Colecast because it's my own personal podcast.
Okay.
It's just my thing, I guess. But the YouTube channel, very soon, I am looking to rebrand it as Made Easy Productions once again. So for those of you who are watching from the future and looking back on the past, hi, welcome to Made Easy Productions. I'm Cole. So there you go. That also being said, I have a little bit of an announcement. Just a little bit. This one, maybe not as important as the Mandy's Productions title kind of being brought back, but I had a little bit of time to throw a little something together, and I really want you guys to see it.
Ooh.
And it's very short, but let's just say that this has been a work in progress for quite a while now, and I made a promise to my past self, the previous retrospective that we'd done, that I was going to try to have something ready. So hopefully this fulfills that past promise. So without further ado, enjoy. Woo! Hopefully that doesn't reset. I won't be able to tell. I'm just going to make sure that that's taken care of. All right, there you go. So, officially announcing for the first time publicly, aside from one Instagram story I made a while back that barely mentioned it, I have been working on for almost a year now straight a movie that I'm... oh, wait, sorry. Oh, shit. I completely forgot that I deafened you on Discord. Sorry, can you hear me?
Now I can. Jesus.
Well, all right, just to kind of step back just a little bit. For the past year, I've been working on a movie. So I officially announce Ephemeral is still in production. technically still in production, but I'm working on it. So expect it at some point in the near future. Yay!
All right, so let me ask you a few questions. So I guess, like, what can people, like, what's this movie about? Like, what would you, like, describe this movie to
Fuck
people
if
as?
I know, man. I don't know. I'm piecing all of this together as it goes, but the basic premise is that it's a kind of retelling a little bit of a story about what it was like coming home after college and kind of being torn between two worlds of, like, still feeling like I should be in college because it's a 2-year school. Full Sail is 2 years. That's what I did. And feeling like I should still be a college student, and then being torn about the fact that I'm now have to be an adult and kind of get thrust into the adult world and not really knowing how to cope with any of that, but then also realizing that everyone else's lives are changing and I don't know where that puts me. And so it's really just a big story about what it means to embrace the moment.
What would you say, like, I guess, was that deciding factor, saying to yourself, like, I wanted to do this film? Like, what was that moment where you said, I'm doing this movie and I'm going to piece it together as I go? What led to that?
I think I announced it originally as part of the first retrospective, and I don't know if I had really any clear idea made with it, but if I had to summarize it now, I'd say the intention behind it was to document what might have otherwise had been forgotten. A time of our lives that nobody really thought to take a step back and kind of, like, understand what had happened, the fact that COVID had happened and that all these really stressful things were kind of thrust upon us and we were put in a situation that was unfair, and the fact that we were kind of left to our own devices, and after all was said and done and everyone went off and did their own thing, how everyone was so disconnected but still so united, and like everyone was so far and yet so close. It's really just, for me, maybe it's therapeutic in some regard, but the way I would personally look at it is it's an opportunity for me to shed a light on everyone who had been kind of pushed aside and didn't really have a voice during that time, and kind of give them the opportunity to voice what they were going through. My brother being a huge part of that too, because he graduated high school when I graduated college, and then had to start his own college adventure. He's still going through college right now. So far, he's loved it. So more power to him. I absolutely am proud of him in every way, shape, or form. But there's part of that I wanted to give him the opportunity to kind of talk about in this film. So it's a little bit of a documentary, a little bit of a narrative film. It's kind of just like a slice of life, and it doesn't really have a goal in mind. It's just more about talking about what things were and how things are.
So that was interesting, like what you said, because it feels like you're like, you're implying that you wanted to like give like a voice to, especially to people that were like in this hard situation, like with COVID and all that. So let me ask you, like, who are you making this movie for at the end of the day?
Me. I need this because I need to be able to say that I was able to put the time and effort to make something that is more than just a tiny little thing. But in all seriousness, it's really just an excuse to have something to look back on, because and it is a little bit selfishly in that regard, because a lot of my time at Full Sail, I feel I didn't really use to the best of my ability, and there are a lot of things that I look back on and kind of regret not doing, or choices that I wish I had made differently, friends that I wish I had talked with differently, interacted with differently. And I think it needs to be shown in some way. That way we have something to look back on, because the other thing was, at the start of the pandemic, my history teacher in high school at the time said, "Oh, this is going to be an interesting 2 weeks. Everyone should make a journal and kind of do daily logs of what you've been going through and how your life has changed, and come back and we'll turn it into a project." And I thought about doing it, but I never did. And looking back, trying to remember what those early days of the pandemic were like, I genuinely don't know what I was doing. I don't know how things had changed. I don't remember a lot of it. So this is really an opportunity to have a memory to really hold on to.
So I guess my last question here is, what would you say, what would you say this movie means to you at the end of the day? Like, obviously, I feel like you kind of answered that in bits and pieces here and there, but generally speaking, like, what does this film mean to you?
This film to me is just a reminder that I should be making the most of every moment, whenever possible. And that's why recently I've been jumping on so many new opportunities. I just did a mud run with a couple of friends. I had gone to the Ren Fair for the first time recently. There's so many new things that I want to do and want to try that I wouldn't have otherwise said yes to. So it's really just a reminder to myself, but to anyone who wants to watch it, to basically say, take advantage, make the most of every moment, because not all moments are meant to last, which is, why it's called ephemeral, which means lasting for a very short period. So yeah, there you go.
All right. Well, dude, I'm really excited to see this. So now here's another question. Is that trailer exclusive to the stream, or do you plan on making that public?
I might make it public eventually. Okay. I might want to rework it just a tiny bit. I literally just threw it. I had on Sunday, after editing all of Spice and Ice or whatever, I was just like, oh crap, I still have to get something prepared. Do I show a clip from the movie? Which I could do, only if we hit a certain amount of subscribers.
Yeah, let's
You
hit that
won't.
like button,
You
baby.
won't. You
One
won't.
day and you get a trailer.
Yeah, so I forget what I was saying. I totally forget what I was saying. Anyways, yeah, I admitted very last minute. I was legitimately like, oh shit, I gotta prepare something. And then like literally 10 minutes before the stream finished, I was exporting the footage to be the little teaser. So it's a teaser trailer. It's not the trailer. It's just a teaser trailer. It's just a teaser, okay? So yeah, so a lot of people helped me out with that. A lot of people are involved. Reese was involved. Yes, Reese, I hope you react to it if you want. But lots of fun stuff to look forward to that. This handsome man on camera, not me, this man.
Yeah.
This man right here. He makes several appearances throughout and is probably one of the more crucial characters. So, you know, expect to see his smug face on camera several times. Yeah, but there you go. That's the movie.
Fun fact, we've actually technically, I don't know if it made the cut or not, but we've technically heard lines from this
You're
movie
talking about the
already.
pinky thing. Yeah, I don't know. I'll see. I'll think about it. I don't think I will.
Regardless, though, I was there to do this. I don't know if we're like near the end of the stream, but I'm definitely gonna head off in 2 minutes.
We're
But, like,
almost there.
Okay. All right. Well, definitely let me know when the end of the stream is.
Okay, well, all right. So that's the first major announcement, and then now I also have a second, maybe a little bit more major announcement. It's something that I'm super passionate about right now, and for those of you who I've already contacted and gotten involved, you have probably seen I am very excited for this, but it needs just a tiny bit of context. For those of you who don't know, I'm gonna switch to the webcam real quick. I love Dungeons and Dragons. It is one of my favorite pastimes with friends. Dylan, who was on here earlier, is one of the people who I've played a couple of the campaigns with. I'm gonna keep it on this. Sorry, Shady, you're sidelined for a second. So D&D is something that I absolutely love. D&D has been kind of an escape in a lot of ways. It's been very entertaining. It's an opportunity to kind of come up with stories and role play in the moment and kind of come up with these immersive worlds and whatever. And I'm hooked. I want to be I want to try DMing a little bit more. I've done a spin-off once. I currently play in a campaign with Dylan, who you saw earlier, Jonathan, Carlos, Kay, Gage, Gabby, Z, who else am I missing? Oh, and I guess Leah. So we've done all kinds of fun stuff, and I'm super inspired by Dungeons and Dragons, so much so that I want to work on a medieval fantasy feature. Not feature, let's say more like a series. And to give you a little bit of insight on the proposal for all of this, I do have stuff involved. Let me just read off of what this is. But without further ado, I announce I am starting production shortly here on a new series that I am calling Tales of a Trickster, a medieval fantasy series. Saying this, I've grown to become a huge fan of all things Dungeons and Dragons, so much so that I've been inspired to do an original medieval fantasy style episodic video series that's loosely inspired by D&D with a unique twist. For those of you who don't know and are unaware, back in the late Middle Ages, a fictitious character became incredibly popular in France and Germany and a couple other places. And they were the tales of a mischievous anthropomorphic fox named Renard. He was actually, fun fact, Renard was so influential as a character that it forever changed the French language. Don't believe me? Look it up. These tales about Renard largely influence a lot of our modern storytelling techniques to this day. So many different dynamics, a lot of different characters. Disney's Robin Hood. You can do all the research. Renard the Fox. It's an incredible series of fables and stories and stuff. So I am doing my own adaptation on our own little budget, and we are going to be starting it here in Pennsylvania soon. So stay tuned for that. I play Renard, so that's fun. But yeah, it's basically a medieval fantasy series centered around a trickster, and you can root for him, you can hate him, whatever you want. It's a lot of fun stuff. Great research. I've done a lot of research. I love this character right now. I love the stories, so I'm super excited to bring it to you guys. So yeah, Tales of a Trickster, starting production soon, hopefully. I have a major order coming in, a very expensive order that has still not arrived. So hopefully that will get here soon. But yeah, that's enough rambling about that. That was the major thing I wanted to highlight is I'm starting a new series. So there you go. But yeah.
All right. So I definitely have like some follow-up questions real quick just before like I guess we call it.
Yeah.
So and I think maybe this could be a fun tradition for all these retrospect like live streams we do, which is come time next retrospect, what do you hope to be talking about by that point? What do you hope to be talking about a year from now?
I hope to talk about the fact that it was so funny that you became Pinky the Stinky and that I ended up being the cool guy. I take on the mantle of Shady O'Malley.
You're gonna take my name?
Yeah, that's part of the agreement, right? You take
No.
you take my name, I take your name. That's the whole part of the agreement. No, that's part of the agreement. That's just how it is. Sorry, man, I don't make the rules. I just set the bet.
You make the rules. Anyway,
Don't disappoint.
I hope to be talking about Smash 2 by that point in hindsight and be talking to you about Captivia, which definitely is something I'm trying to develop more. But the rest of this year, I'm going to be just focusing on like getting all of like the NCU stuff that I wanted to get done. Come time next year, I really want to be focusing on Captivia too.
I will more than like, in all seriousness, I will more than likely be talking a lot about more Tales of a Trickster stuff, and hopefully my movie will be out by then, so maybe that'll be something fun to look back on.
Hopefully.
Oh.
Yeah, no, and oh, another thing too, just for everyone who's watching this live stream now. So I would like to announce the official projected release date for Smash 2.
Strap into your seats, people who are going to want to listen.
We're hoping to drop it March 15th, 2025. We were trying to get it out in November 22nd. It just wasn't going to happen. So we're now going to be putting it out on what is the next best date, the 10-year anniversary of Super Smash Brotherhood.
Yeah. That yeah. And also, I guess we mutually agreed that with what little hair Shady still has, he should probably keep it, not rip it all out, trying to meet such an egregious deadline. So,
and with that note,
I allowed him to push the deadline back.
With that note, thank you guys so much. This has been your boy, Shady O'Malley. And I really appreciated being on this stream. Thank you so much, Cole. I wasn't in the last retrospect, so I was very honored and happy to be a part of this one.
You made up for it. You definitely made up for it.
I hope so. I hope like people like my energy here. And yeah, no, seriously. Anyone here who's watching this, like, I hope to see you again next year. I hope to, and honestly, not even just us. Like, if you guys are watching these streams, like, what I would hope that you take away from them is each year, like, we're gonna try to improve ourselves more and more and more. So honestly, do the same. Maybe as like a New Year's resolution. Where would you like to see yourself in a year? Where would you like to be talking about yourself in a year? Work towards it. Do it. Like, the best advice I can ever give you is understand that you are a filmmaker or you're just some kind of like passionate artist at the end of the day. Don't keep talking about it. Do it. Even if you suck at it at first, even if you don't know what you're doing, do it. I promise you, at the very least, you'll be happy that you got it. Because not many people can say that.
What he said. So without further ado, Shady, Brower, Bobby, Tio, David, Dylan, thank you guys so much for coming out to chat, be part of this. To the people in the chat, Reese, Jonesy, thank you so much for stopping by. Anyone else who is watching this after the fact, hi, thanks.
Oh, real quick, just before you end this stream, Nicole, I was dared to do something, and I do plan on honoring that dare real quick.
Mm-hmm.
If I can just find this very quickly,
Oh no.
I promise you.
Is it gonna get me demonetized?
No, I won't.
All right, test 1 2.
Pinky, 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 pink, pinky.
The
Happy Retrospect 2024!
Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We'll see you next time. Have fun. Take care. Stay safe. Bye.